Is anybody else just bored with the Vinícius Jr. situation? And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, there will be some of you that are also bored with the situation of Yan Diomande to Real Madrid. I'm gonna cover both today, but I'm just tired. Honestly, there's contract situations, there are negotiations, there's this drama, Fabrizio tweeting, here we go, when clearly the here we go doesn't matter at all, because Diomande literally has been confirmed. There was no agreement up until this point with RB Leipzig between Real Madrid. And you know, the same goes for Arsenal and Vinícius. There is no personal agreement. And, you know, Vinícius, yes, has been offered a contract, but Vini wants something else, of course. This was reported yesterday. Real Madrid and Vinícius Jr. are expected to reach an agreement because both parties want to continue together. Key week for Vinícius, and I was like, okay, just let me just get off this topic. Let me make a final video today. Well, I woke up and I saw something else. Vinícius Jr. wants something else in his contract. Vini Jr. is seeking the same image rights as Kylian Mbappe. Yeah, it is very important in the contract renewal talks with Real Madrid that his image rights go up, up, up. And if you don't know what that means, basically, Kylian Mbappe has close to 100% of his image rights. I think it's a 90% his and 10% Real Madrid. That basically means every single ad deal, every single sponsor, and some, every single stuff that has to do with Mbappe's, ad revenue, his personal image that other brands use. Real Madrid basically get 10% of that revenue and Mbappe gets 90% of that revenue. But many other players at Real Madrid are currently on a 40-60 split. Somebody is even on a 20-80 split. But of course, Kylian Mbappe came on a free, which people seem to just not understand that he was a free transfer. We didn't spend a dime on him for PSG. But I don't know, just people seem to get that, mixed up, because I am already hearing, why is Kylian Mbappe getting this deal and Vinícius is not? Because Vinícius came as a kid. The contract negotiations back then were not that crazy as well, because I think when we gave him his last contract, we haven't even won the UCL, his first UCL. So that's why. And yes, Vinícius Jr. should have had a contract in 23-24, but he didn't. And Vini now wants the same contract as Kylian Mbappe, basically, in the image rights, which is a huge problem, because you give this to Kylian Mbappe, fair enough. I think it's wrong, yes. But, it's a little bit warranted, because he cost us zero money other than bonuses contract, which, yes, they were crazy, but they had to be crazy. It's Kylian Mbappe coming from PSG to Real Madrid on a free. So people need to understand that. That's why he gave him this. So that is, that criteria where Mbappe at least fits. Was it wrong? Yes. Because you give other ideas to other players like Vinícius, like Jude, Fede Valverde, even Rodrigo back then, that why is Kylian Mbappe earning this much money while having this much of his rights? While I'm here stuck with a 50-50 split with Real Madrid and I'm giving them 50% of my, sponsors, image rights. Why am I doing that? So Vinícius wants that right now too. But once again, it creates the problem, double the number. Because now, if Kylian Mbappe has it and Vini has it, who's right there looking at both players? Jude Bellingham. And if Jude Bellingham has it, wow, I'm the captain, Federico Valverde. And then there's Thibaut Courtois. Well, I'm probably the best player at this club. I've been saving this club. I probably won them the most important games in the last 3 to 4 years. I'm getting what image rights? And then it just trickles down slowly, and our wage structure will get completely fucked. I am all for Vinícius to get like a 60%, 40%, even 70-30. But if he gets the same deal as Kylian Mbappe, I am telling you right now, guys, Jude Bellingham, and rightfully so, is knocking on the doorstep of Florentino Perez in the next 2 years and saying to him, give me the same image rights and give me the same money or I'm leaving, and it's going to be the same situation. And it's going to be warranted because we gave this to Mbappe and now we're probably going to give it to Vini, because this is what Vini actually wants. 20 million net per season, which is not that crazy. Image rights percentage like Kylian Mbappe, who has almost 100%, which is absolutely nuts, and possibly a renewal bonus. Which, if they give him a big renewal bonus, Like, I've been hearing 30 million. If they give him anything over 15 million, I'm honestly, genuinely, like, I'm so shocked, man. Like, Lamine Yamal, I think just last season got, like, 15 million signing on bonus, so sure enough, give him the same. You know, he's probably our top 2 player, the best player of the club with Kylian Mbappe. Fair enough. Don't give him the same image rights as Kylian Mbappe. It's just impossible. Somebody needs to tell him, hey, Mbappe came on a free. He was much, you know, popular than you are. He probably gets more money than you are. And people will come at me like, oh, but Vini had more, you know, sponsors and ads in the World Cup. Who do you think earns more from ads and their image rights? Kylian Mbappe or Vinícius Jr.? Let's be honest here. That's why Vini even wants those image rights, because he wants more money on that front as well. And I completely get it, because we gave it to Kylian Mbappe. But the problem just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's why I'm just so tired of it, honestly. Give him the money if you want him to stay. Fuck off with the image rights and the possible renewal bonus. If it's paid out in installments, which it usually is, they don't just splash him 50 million into the bank account so he can tax it all, you know, all at once, because that would be a little bit stupid from Real Madrid. I'm pretty sure they don't do that. But the image rights could be a huge issue, honestly. Now, a little bit on the Arsenal talks. I mean, who even cares about Arsenal, guys? Like, personal teams agreed. You can genuinely agree a deal, you can agree the contract, you can sign the contract, until I hear Real Madrid say Vini is not signing a contract. I couldn't care less, honestly, guys. Yeah, like I always said this, that if he doesn't sign it, fair enough. But from what I'm hearing, I'm pretty sure he's gonna sign a new deal. And once again, Arsenal, are they even pushing for this deal? Are they really pushing? Because I've seen Arsenal, you know, accounts like we have Madrid Zone, Madrid Extra. These guys, like, trustable, or, you know, the news on Twitter and social media. Like, I don't know, man. Arsenal are just never the club to make that final deal, you know. And especially Arteta has never been that guy. So if Vinicius doesn't sign, fair enough. Arsenal, you should 100% be going for Vinicius. But if he does sign, and if we give him the same image rights as Kylian Mbappe, you might as well put the whole squad in a blender, because that's how it's gonna look like. It's gonna be a UFC roster next season. Now, let me leave this club alone, because right now, let's talk about a player that's currently not even a Real Madrid player. Because the reason that Yan Diomande's move has been stalled, which you can clearly see, because I think I did a Here We Go stream because of Fabrizio. I even predicted the Here We Go like 5 days ago, 6 days ago maybe, and now it hasn't been announced yet, because Diomande's former agent, Max Radel, is alleging breach of contract in his terms with the player. Because Rock Nation, as you can know, Rock Nation has many players like Diomande, Endrick, even Vinicius, so they have a great relationship with Real Madrid, but they were unaware of any issues involving his former agent, but now it is a major issue. It is a major issue because he has filed a complaint to FIFA, and FIFA could now either grant Diomande a provisional license to let the deal go through, or to delay it, or to completely stop the transfer from going through. That's not going to happen. It's definitely not going to get stopped, but it can be heavily delayed because of this. I think, you know, there will be another round of negotiations, maybe, and everything was done between Real Madrid and Leipzig, but now everyone is waiting for the resolution of this issue. Sorry. This is a complete lie. Once again, Madrid Zone and these guys, Fabrizio, Diario, just shut up, man. You don't know what you're talking about, because once again, even if I don't rate, you know, Florian Plettenberg as the best reporter, Leipzig literally officially confirmed that for the first time that there is no agreement with Real Madrid for Yan Diomande. The deal is not done. That's simply not the case. We're not at that stage yet. Boss Marcel Schaefer. I don't know who to trust, honestly, guys, because the deal was done, sealed. He's going here, 5 years, 130 million. Here we go. So tell me, please. And, you know, I don't care about the beef between Plettenberg and Fabrizio. I just don't care. These reporters are... the only thing they do is fishing for likes and engagement, and they beef with each other. Fuck them. I only care about the football side. So please get me Diomande. But if he's not my player, and it's not a here we go, it's not a deal done, don't report it on Twitter, Fabrizio. And other pages as well. Yan Diomande is done. Done. Well, clearly he isn't done. They're clearly not at that stage yet, and a breakthrough is not expected today, which, as we can clearly see, there is no news on Diomande today. And Diomande negotiations are independent of the Fisting Aslani deal with Hoffenheim, separate transfer for different positions. Some people were talking about, you know, that this Aslani player could be, you know, in the same negotiations where they could first get Aslani and then they would let Diomande go, but that's once again completely untrue. And as always, we have been led completely just, you know, wandering around and led to believe that Diomande is a done deal, that maybe somebody will be part of the deal, and that's what we are waiting for, where clearly the deal is not finished at all. The same goes for Rodri, guys. I have absolutely no idea what is happening to the Rodri deal. I think Manchester City still wants to keep him, and if they let him go, it's going to be probably around 65 to 70 million. That's all I can honestly say. I think Real Madrid will offer for him once again in the next 2 weeks, I would say. But that deal is definitely going to take longer, and the same goes for Yan Diomande. The biggest news and I think the newest form of news that we will get from Real Madrid, and the biggest news will be if Vinícius Jr has signed the contract, or that he will be leaving, or just, I guess, staying on the bench. Because honestly, guys, I have no clue what is happening at this club. I just want to see the football, let the season start. I'm all over these negotiations. Like, you know, I've been happy with Carlos Espi, Rodri's coming, Diomande's coming. They're not really coming though. So let's just see what happens in the next few days. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below on Yan Diomande and the Vinícius contract situation. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.